Hello, Michael Collins here. In one of the last videos on making cards, I showed you the cards with data from test data. So the way I got the test data in there is to create option sets. Now, there's a couple of different ways to do this. You'll find some other ones create data tables, so they'll use a data table to do it. The reason I chose option sets here is because somebody else was going to then come in and do all the data tables and the workflows after I set it up. And so that's how that came about. So I've copied the tables, the cards, over into another project. And this project doesn't have the particular tables that would be needed. I just added this. I'll delete it. Delete those two. These are already in here from another project that I'm testing. This project was actually built out, never launched. But this has more of the tables that you would need for an actual marketplace. So settings, cart, category, favorites, lists, help tickets, images, messages, notifications, orders, payouts, products, reports, reviews, shipping, social links, user profiles. I'm not going to build out that entire thing. What I'm going to show you is creating a table, or Bubba calls it a type. And so we're going to create the base product. We'll create a product table, so something for the sizes and colors. And then a couple of option sets for the sizes, colors, might get into the category and the images. It just depends on how long this is going to take. The seller would be, well, let's build it. So I'll put this over here. And then so I can see what I've marked for creating the database. And so I'm under data and under data types, and I'll put a new type, and I'll call this test base product. And then I'm going to add some fields. We'll put name, which will be text, description, which will also be text, featured image, and that is an image. I could do average rating. That's a number. Now, what I would, if I was building this out for an actual project, this average rating would be the average of all the products that are associated with the base product. So there would be some sort of calculation to figure that one out. Seller, in this case, we're just going to use the user table, but what you probably want to do is create a user profile. So keep the user table for private user information, and then create a user profile for the public information, and use that as the seller, or you could do seller and seller profile. And so then I have to create a categories table and a products table to be able to get those in there. So the last thing I'll do on this one for now is the price. That is going to be a number. And let's go to the option sets. I did create earlier the option sets. I'll just delete this one so you can see. So we want to do a new option set, and we'll call this color. And I like to have it somewhere that it is an option set so that when I go to choose it, I know what it is. And what I probably should do is go back to putting the OS on the front so that they're all grouped into one place. So it has a display text already. So here I can put white, black, red, green, blue. And this is just one way of doing it. You can have these as color families. And so anything that is somewhat black goes into this family. And then when you're doing searches, you can search on that family. Or you can create a whole table of colors and put tons of different colors in there. That might not be as efficient as doing it this way. So in our option sets, we have the color, we have the size, and we have the status. So let's go ahead and create the table on products. So I'll do test product. And here we need the SKU. And that I would put as a text because it could be a combination of letters and numbers. Inventory. Here again, you could create a whole different table that has inventory in it and then link the table back to the product. So here we can put in the size. This is one of our option sets. So size option set. New color. That's the color option set. And status. And that's the status option set. And in this case, I'm using status as you could just do inactive active and make that a yes no field. But I'm thinking that maybe something sells out, but they don't want to take it off, but they don't want to take orders on it. You could have a back order status and you could have a sold status until something new comes in and takes over. Images would be a table. You could do sale price. So if this particular SKU is being discontinued, then you could create a separate price that would override the main price. And then ratings and favorites, those are other tables. So let's actually create the categories table, and we'll do test images. And in category, I have name, which is text. I have parent category, which is just going to reference the category table or type, and subcategories. And this is going to be a list of categories. So again, we're back on the categories. And what goes in images, I think, is just the image. The image alt description. this is for if somebody has images turned off, they'll still get a description, as long as you put it in, of what is in the image. And then order, now order, I'll put image order. That's more understandable. Image order is a number, and so you can go in and reorder, or if there's an interface to drag and drop the order of the images around, you'll need the image order in there to tell it how to display and in what order. So that's it for now for the database. Oh, no, wait, I gotta put categories. And then go to the test categories. That's gonna be a list of categories. And then what else was there? So it's sellers there, products. I have to link to the products. Test product, that's a list. And on the products, it's the product itself. We want to go to the images. It's a list of images. Okay. So if I was building this entire project myself, what I would then do is create the pages to get the test data in to the database. However, what I'm going to do now is just add some test data. So then that way I can show you how it gets displayed in the card. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got 4 t-shirts in there, and this is just the base product. So now let's go and see if we can get them to show up. So now before, the type of content was the test content under the option set. So in this case, we're going to choose the test base product table. So before we had an option set with test data. Now we're going to the test base product. Or if it's not test, it's the actual thing, base product. And then I want to do a search for test base products. So I want to get all of them except, oh, you know what I didn't put in there? I didn't put in the featured. So let's close this for now. Let's go back to the database and go to the data type table, and under the test base product, we're going to put in featured. This is a yes, no field, because we don't want all the products showing up on the home page in this particular case. Maybe you do. I don't. So I want them to be featured. So I want to be able to then add the constraint featured equals yes. So that means I do have to go to the app data and go in, and we'll do 3 that are featured yes. And we'll leave 1 no, just so we can make sure that that's working. Okay, back to design. So now that we're telling it where to get the data from, let's go start changing everything else. So because I copied it over, it has everything from the old one in there. We just need to go through and change out. So the type of content, test base product, it's current cells, test base product, and the current cells, test base products, image, featured image for the background image. So the card overlay, same thing here. We just have to change the type of content. Since it's just an overlay, but it is a group. So group, content, test-based product, parent groups, test-based products. Oh, that's the name. The rating is a reusable. What was that? Oh, price. So parent groups, test-based products, price. And then this is the arrow that takes you to the actual product details. So that took care of some of our issues. Let's see. Product group option, timing option is not possible. Oh, that's on that page. That's on the product page. It's only if we get time that we'll look at that. This menu, standard icon. I'll use the standard icon for now. So on this page, go to page. Card is clicked. Product. That's only if we have time to look at that. Maybe I'll do another video on that one if you would like. App level. Custom element A. Oh, that's this. Undefined A. Right? Oh, deleted element. Custom element A. I don't know what that is. So I'll just delete that. Now we're down to 6 issues and they all have to do with this particular page. Let's go back to our sandbox featured. Do a preview and see what has happened. So here we are. These are the 4 that were featured, and those show up in no, these are the 3 that were featured, and the 4th one doesn't show up. And these other things, those are, let's go back to that page. So missing feather icon. I don't have the feather icons in here. So what I'll do, I'm going to delete that one, and let's put in, oh, well, that's interesting. put in ionic. And oops. Gotta spell correctly. I don't. Oh, yep. There we go. Oof, it's big. I think that was 40. Maybe it was 24. It's kind of small, isn't it? 32. Oh, it's not very thick. And we'll also need to change the color. It's mostly visible. We could try material icons. So what I just did is right-clicked on it, and I went to replace this element. So I'm choosing material icon to replace it. And oh, they don't have a heart outline. That's too bad. I don't know what those are. Outline icon. Oh, I wonder if there are hero icons. Handcrafted from the makers of Tailwind. F icon. Well, let's give it a shot. Material icons, I right-clicked on it. I want to go to replace the element type. And that was outline icon. Oh. Oh dear. Heart. And what do we do? 32. That's thicker. That shows up better. Okay, we'll go with that. Let's replace this one. I just want to make sure that, yep, that's the actual icon. Now this brings up a good question. Do these hero icons or this outline icon, mini icon, solid icon, are they accessible? Let's try it out. Solid icon. Arrow small down. Arrow. Sorry, I have some plants that are giving me a little trouble with bugs. Arrow. Upright. Arrow. Down. Arrow. left, circle, up, arrow. Arrow, right. Should we try yellow? 32, 32, ooh. Minus 12, that's 0. Ooh, I like it. Okay. Now, product rating. If I went further and created the product ratings, this is where they, oops, you would then need to, oh, these are all feather icons. Place. Star. Yay. Again, we'll change this to white for now. You're probably thinking, why don't you just build the whole thing? Because it would take me hours and hours and hours. Okay, what did that do? Is what that looks like. And then the last thing I'm going to do is in here. I am going to take this. Make sure I have the whole thing. Okay, and then we're going to make it a conditional. And when parent groups test base product featured is yes, then I want this element to be visible. Otherwise, I don't want it to be visible. Don't think, yeah, no, I don't want it to collapse because I do want the heart to stay over on that side. Obviously, since all of these are featured, it's still going to have the featured flag. But if I then went and took off the constraint to show all of them, we have our featured ones, and then this doesn't have a featured. So we know that works. To get the rest of the stuff to work would take some time. So that is using a database table to get the information into your cards. I will put resources in the description on databases because a good database is going to make your product. If it's not well constructed, then it could break your product or make the client very unhappy. So that's it for now. Thank you.